We've got a big problem, guys. Huge. The Heat Report by Chat Sports and their very own Nick Roloff are destroying us in a February sub-battle. Look, they talked a lot of crap when we played them last week on their live show, and I'm not losing to Nick Roloff this month. I'm going to need everybody's help here. 1,324 subs in the Heat Report throughout the month of February. We have 968. Thank you guys so much for all those subscribers. But if you haven't already, hit that sub button for me because it's always F-Rolly. We're talking a little bit here about the lead assistant coach for the Boston Celtics, Sam Cassell. And could Boston possibly lose a key piece to helping them win? There have been some rumors that maybe Sam Cassell could be moving on, but is his time in Boston really over? Well, we're going to break that down here on Celtics Today by Chat Sports. I am your host, Allie Barefoot. Let's see the latest rumors on Sam Cassell leaving the Boston Celtics. We do have Steve here from Heavy.com who said here on Cassell, multiple sources are indicating that Celtics assistant coach Cassell will be in a serious consideration to become the head coach next season at Florida State, which is his alma mater. This doesn't really come as much of a surprise because we knew that this assistant coach was also in the running for some head coaching positions last offseason, the Lakers being the first team that comes to my mind. But when you are winning and you have a team like Boston, there's no surprise that other teams will start to look at the foundation that the coaches have built and want to try and pry some success away from it. It happens all the time in sports. But I'm being selfish, and I don't want to give you our lead assistant coach. So here's what you guys should know about Sam Cassell. Do you like that picture I used of him there? Way back when he was playing in the NBA, he had a 15-year career. So he knows exactly what it means to be a player and in the professional basketball league. He has interviewed for head coaching positions before, so this has not come as a surprise. This is normally what happens when assistant coaches are very successful, and Cassell has been, not just in Boston, but with the Philadelphia 76ers and so on. But you got to look at what he means to FSU. His jersey's retired in the rafters. I mean, that means something. They don't just retire jerseys for Joe Schmo. So there is no surprise that somebody at FSU is probably going to want the successful coach to take over their program because the longtime head coach of FSU of 22 years is resigning after this season. I'm not surprised they look at their alumni notebook and say, wow, here's a decadent coach that we could bring back to coach these young guys. But overall, the selfishness in me comes out. I think this would be a huge loss for Boston. I think that while he doesn't have the head coach title, he is a very important part about what makes the Boston Celtics so successful. And in his time as an assistant throughout the NBA, he has grown to become more of that player's coach. He really talks to and works with specific players. He's done it for SGA. He's done it for Bradley Beal. He's done it for Tyrese Maxey and the 76ers, and he does it right now for Jason Tatum. Obviously, the superstar of our franchise. So to have that person to lean back on, even Allen Iverson saying that, Cassell is such a great player's coach that it would be a big loss for Boston moving forward. But the good news is what Sam Cassell had to say. He told Heavy.com, once the athletic department reaches out to me, then the interest is official. But they haven't reached out to me. The athletic director has not reached out to me. If it's God's will, it'll happen. God's plan. God has a plan for me. Listen, man, I have a great life. I'm associate head coach of the Boston Celtics. It's good living right here. When I do get an opportunity on this level, I'll be ready. I can graduate to that. I am ready. Simple. So no, there has been no official offer or interest to Sam Cassell just yet, but as the months go on, we have about 2 more months in the regular season, FSU might be looking to Cassell and see how he can help the Celtics win another championship back-to-back. So while it's not official now, we should probably keep our head in the swivel because it may not just be different players next year, but different coaches which just puts a dagger in my heart. So show him some love. If he ever is on YouTube and sees Celtics Today by Chat Sports, sees his face on the thumbnail, I hope that he clicks in and sees how much love he has from the fans in Boston. Do you want Cassell to stay? Type Y for yes, type in for no in the comment section, and absolutely spam him. Up next, we're going to talk a little bit here about Payton Pritchard. I think he's been having a phenomenal start to his 2025 season, even coming out of 2024. And there was a recent report that came out by Jay King of The Athletic. If you haven't read it, go read it now, because I like some key details in there, which I'm going to break down in just a second. Let me tell you guys real quick about our sponsor on today's show. That is PrizePicks, the #1 daily fantasy sports app in America, which you guys can play in over 30 different states, including Cali, Georgia, Florida, and Texas. It's super simple. All you guys have to do is just pick more or less on a player's projected stats, and you can win up to 1,000 times your cash. Yeah, 1,000 times your cash. Test out your ball knowledge with collegiate or professional players as basketball season is heating up right now. And with every single week, they have great promotions. Every Tuesday is Taco Tuesday, which is a nice discounted projected stat on a player's statistics, or every Friday is Flex Friday, win or your money back guaranteed up to $20. If that all sounds great to you, then let's get started. Download the PrizePicks app, use promo code CLNS. This will give you guys $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. Download the PrizePicks app, use promo code CLNS. That'll give you guys $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks, run your game. As a Celtics fan, we're not new to Payton Pritchard draining it from 30-plus feet. Right now, he's averaging, his three-point shot is 27 feet off of the rim. I mean, that's fantastic. Pritchard, offensively, defensively, he has become a very important role for Celtics to succeed. And as fans, we saw a slimmer of this last season, but this year we're like, holy hell, this guy is actually really, really good. Should he even be a starter? But he has molded into the most perfect six-man you can ask for off the bench. And that's why he's leading Vegas right now in six-man of the year odds. -160, he's the clear-cut favorite. The Atlanta Hawks, DeAndre Hunter. Cleveland Cavalier, DeAndre Hunter, which scares me. Malik Beasley, +700, Naz Reid, and Amen Thompson. So Payton Pritchard continues to impress not just us, but the NBA. But you got to start thinking about it. And the same as a Tatum or a Jaylen Brown in the MVP race, I don't think this matters to Pritchard. I don't think he's out here begging Joe Mazzulla, don't ever put me in the starting lineup because I want to win sixth man of the year. I think Pritchard is really, really focused on improving and helping the Celtics win, which doesn't come as a surprise to me. In that article by Jay King in The Athletic, Payton Pritchard said this. He goes, look, I have no goals that involve people having to vote for me. My goal is just becoming the best version of myself. And the only way I could get there is by confidently and continuously working and being able to perform at the highest of levels and competing. And obviously, that comes with winning. And let's go back a year. Boston Celtics won the 2024 NBA Finals. They beat the Dallas Mavericks in 5 games. But I don't really remember Payton Pritchard having that great of a game, especially not how much more improvement he's had this season. Last finals, I'm not saying we need Pritchard in to win. This year's finals, I might be saying we need Pritchard in to win. But there is one moment that I remember that you remember about Pritchard's finals experience. It's this play right here. I don't even have to break this down. Everybody knows what this play is. But I will, just in case. He does not play the entire first half. He goes in with 3 seconds left in the first half. He comes in and he absolutely drains a half-court shot, which all but damn near solidified the Celtics to be the NBA Finals champions. But what he did the rest of the series, yuck. It was not good. In 5 games, he averaged 12.4 minutes, 3.4 points, 1.6 assists, 25% from the field and less than 20% from a three-point line. That has nowhere near what Pritchard is to this team this year. And he worked hard at that. PP lost playing time in the finals because of how inconsistent he was, because he could not make a shot to save his life. And while Pritchard doesn't care about his personal statistics, he does care when his playing time doesn't help the team win, doesn't help the team be the best version of themselves. Pritchard went on to tell Jay King, never wanted to have that feeling again of not playing. Having to get better in every area, so there's never a game where they feel like I shouldn't be on the court. I think that's what Pritchard is this year. How many times have we been live and you guys comment and you say, Pritchard needs to check in now? Pritchard has a completely solidified himself as, maybe all right, the sixth man of the year. But he is an intricate part of the momentum the Celtics produce night in and night out. Nonetheless, Pritchard is an absolute dog. He is so competitive that he's out here picking up 3 defenders a day to come guard him so he can work at the guard position, at the wing position, and at the center position, working on his skills. Payton Pritchard wants to be the best possible version of himself that he can be, and he's putting in the work off the court, and it's showing on the court. And I really do hope that with a guy that has this certain type of mentality, a guy that doesn't technically have the correct NBA height and weight to be a successful superstar, kind of like a Steph Curry, I hope the Boston Celtics never get rid of Payton Pritchard. His mindset, his work ethic, the way that he does not care about his own accolades, but wants to make sure that whether it's off the bench or in the starting 5, he is helping the team win. I want that for life. And I hope Pritchard stays here for the rest of his career. So show Payton Pritchard some love. Spam PP in the comment sections. If you guys haven't already, that article is absolutely fantastic. You'll learn more about Payton Pritchard. He might arguably become my favorite Boston Celtic. I'm going to be honest. Put PP in the comment section. If you guys haven't already, go on ahead and like this video and subscribe for any Celtics news and rumors.